Hey guys, welcome back to the Capital Mindset Show. Today we're going to be discussing another holding of mine that actually reported earnings today. And so if you guys haven't seen the PayPal video, go check that one out. That one's more of a regretful video that even though I said in the last video on PayPal that I would buy, I didn't buy it. And yeah, but we'll miss some of those. So here we are. This is, of course, to update my thoughts. And again, that's what this YouTube channel is. It's just to document my thoughts here over a long period of time. We have Unum Group. So Unum Groups have been in the portfolio for quite some time. We've done many things, or we've been through a lot with Unum. The yield on cost is fantastic on Unum, and can't complain on that. Also, I mean, we've generated a lot of cash even from options trades that we've done, of selling call options to be specific. I have done a video. If you're new to the channel, I don't like to you won't see those videos being very promotional because the thumbnails are very terrible on purpose. They're very, they make fun of the type of, I guess, culture that promotes it, the passive income culture. So you can find it if you want, but I'm not going to really promote. So I showcase the option strategies that I enabled with Unum to actually generate some extra income. And I might actually end up being able to do that soon, as Unum is up 14.57%. We see here, and you might not have even heard of this company. This might be the first time this company's even on your radar. And again, that being said, this video probably won't do good, but that's not the purpose of me making videos again. So I don't really care. The best way actually to grow is just to talk about the video or the stocks everyone's talking about, like, Tesla. I think the PayPal video might do okay because people talk about PayPal decently, but Unum, no one really talks about Unum. So Unum's a life insurer company, very boring, and you're looking at a company with a market cap of about 7.29 billion. So it's small enough that I can totally influence it. Just kidding. And we're looking at a dividend yield of 3.67. This actually used to be insane during COVID, which is actually around the time when we acquired it for the portfolio. And again, back then, there was a ton of pessimism regarding this company. I've talked about it in the older videos. So just a quick summary. Back then, people thought even Unum would go bankrupt. We were getting a PE of about 2. And that's to be said. Be very careful with that, of course, because those could be value traps. But if you analyze a company and you try to understand a company on a deeper level, and you got to be honest with yourself on this, by the way, because easier said than done. You might be like, oh, I analyzed it, I'm definitely right. And then you're wrong. So be honest with yourself on this. But if you analyze a company, you understand what was going on, what are the risks, and then you invest in it, that's investing, right? And so you understand what it is you're getting yourself into. If you've identified that the market is mispricing an asset correctly, you should be okay. So anyways, going back to this company, it's performed well for us thus far, very happy with it. So what happened today? So the company actually, they guided for a better year than expected. Again, people are still decently pessimistic. I mean, I'm telling you, it was priced for devastation. If I just show you the 5-year chart, you can kind of see. So this is the period of acquisition for my portfolio. And since then, I haven't looked back. It's been great. And now even when I'm selling options on this company, I'm selling it for a price that if I'm called on these options, I'm going to be in a win-win scenario. So I'm actually going to check out tomorrow. I'm filming this video on 8/4/2022. And so you'll see, well, I hope the date shows this is, okay, the date shows August 3rd, but I'm not filming that on August 3rd. This is August 4th. It's, in the morning. So the market's not open yet, but when the market opens, I'm going to tell you in advance when you see this video, I may or may not have already sold contracts. It just depends on what the market's offering me. All right. But anyways, I want to also talk about some of the earnings results. Okay. So we have actually the estimates were of $1.22 and they jumped to $1.39. Okay. So the operating income was about $1.91. And this of course, again, that's what beat the estimates. And last year was $1.39. Okay, so nice growth there on an EPS basis or an operating income basis. My apologies, operating income, not EPS. And we did actually see some decent revenue growth. But again, this company's not priced for any revenue growth whatsoever, if I'm being honest. So revenue actually grew from $2.99 billion from a quarter last year to $3.04 billion. Again, not expected to grow too much. One of the added benefits that we've been talking about with insurance companies is during this liquidity crunch, during the rising rate environment, remember, banks don't necessarily benefit from rising rates, but something that does, and let's put our thinking caps on, is something that is specialized in investing in fixed income securities. And when you offer them a higher yield, they tend to actually get a better spread, so better return on their float, okay? And if their float is focused on those fixed income securities, that new generation, or those new premiums coming in will be put to work, and then those maturing premiums or maturing notes will be put back to work into better yielding notes. Of course, the context or the caveat to all that is the risk of the notes that they are investing in. But assuming that they're investing in good quality notes, this is a better environment for these entities. All right. So that's something to take note of. Now, they've already gone through a long period of time, and I show you like the max chart to kind of show you it's not all roses and stuff. They went through a long period of time of declining interest rates, and it has been a drawdown for them. It's been very difficult. A lot of the insurers that have benefited have been in certain industries, particularly healthcare. Take a look at United Health, Cigna Corporation. Cigna is another one we talked positively and didn't make the move on that one, but oh well, because we were talking about insurance companies for the purpose of the liquidity crunch, and we were really didn't make moves on many of them. And if you take a look at another insurer that I still have to do an update video on because it has come down on earnings, Markel Group, they invest part of their float into fixed income securities, yes, but they have a decent amount of their float into private investments, so companies, and also publicly traded stocks or publicly traded companies. So, but sticking back to Unum, we do have some interesting parts of the business regarding some of the share dilution, or the lack thereof, to be honest. So they've actually been lowering their share count over the years, and I'll actually show you guys on the model here. So I'll take you through this. So basically, I'm just going to put in UNM for Unum. I've done this before in the older videos, but just to kind of give us an update on this. So Unum's a one that, again, I'm pursuing this option strategy because I'm actually seeking an out, so to speak. So we look at analyst price targets and we just go off of them. They have a price target of $25.36, which implies a 29.42% downside from here. Now, if we actually look at the business itself, we do see a lot of interesting things. So, for example, the Altman Z-score is actually picking up risk of bankruptcy, and the model zone measure is also saying the same thing. So a bit of concern there, maybe, because this is an insurance company. So because it's an insurance company, we do have to look at it a little bit differently. The liabilities portion of their balance sheet is going to be very different from a traditional business. Well, why is that? Well, what does an insurance company do? It insures things that are events. Okay, so and then what does it collect? It collects premiums. So hopefully it is able to generate more premiums than what it gives out. And then if it can't do that, hopefully it can invest those premiums into different securities that yield higher amounts that make up for the loss they're going to suffer on the liabilities portion. So that's kind of what we're trying to figure out or pencil out here. So over a long period of time, this company has been able to delete shares, and I'll show you there with the shares outstanding chart, a nice little visualization. We want to see it, of course, hopefully going from the top to the bottom. And the caveat here is you got to be careful with making sure that the company isn't squandering your capital and investing it into the shares at higher valuations that don't make any sense. Now, we do see the anomaly that you can see with your eyes. There was an anomaly in 2020 where for a moment in time they generated abnormally low cash flows. A lot of fear was priced into the market, and that was the moment. So the question then becomes, if I'm going to look to sell my position, and the answer actually is yes. Okay, so I'm looking for the exit. I'm not going to exit just yet. Okay, so I'm going to be looking for the exit to take profits on this business. So this is different from this old video. So this is the old video. It was published on May 10th, 2022. It's titled Unum Stock Up 100% Betting on Optimism. So it's basically talking about or reiterating the thesis. This is not the first video on Unum, but this is the latest video on Unum. And so at the end of this video, I basically discuss why I'm not necessarily interested in selling the company just yet, but I'm switching it over a little bit. I'm looking to turn the page and realize the profits that have been and unlock them. The way I'm going to go about it is, honestly, I'm going to focus on trying to get it in the or basically yield harvest as much as I can out of it. With some flexibility. So it's not like a certainty that I have to do this. So I may end up deciding just to sell it. It really does depend on the price I get. So we're close to about $36, and the return will be pretty decent if I were to sell right now. What I'm looking to do is, again, to be transparent, I may or may not do this, is sell some calls against my position. I have a video again showing you, and I might be able to repeat that exact same trade on a good portion of this business. So I'd be excited to do that. And maybe I do it for the full amount this time, and I can generate even more yield. And then maybe I get called, and I will only do it at a strike price that I do think is fair for me to exit. And of course, I'm going to incur those taxes, which is unfortunate. But the return I've generated on Unum is fantastic, to say the least. I'm happy to pay the tax on those gains. All right. So that pretty much covers Unum and my thoughts. The growth rates up there, think what you may about them, but yeah. Oh, and in case you were curious, there was a little bit of an error there. I just had to click a button because I forgot to, if you guys recall from the what video was it? I think it was Meta. There was a little error showing up. So it was calculating right, but it was for some reason displaying the number incorrectly. But that was Google Sheets' fault, because Google Sheets is basically the face of this thing. So yeah, the face sometimes can like to goof up there. But it was registering correctly because of the action. But anyways, and I checked in the back end. It was giving me the right number. But aside from the point, I'm not really too focused on the numbers here, because I'm basically telling you guys my conclusion. For me personally, I'm looking to get rid of this company. I also, by the way, just removed the aspects that I actually had. So this is actually it raw. Without the adjustments being made. So there was no need for adjustments. But I wasn't focusing on the analysis today. I was just trying to show you the shares outstanding and stuff like that. With that being said, guys, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys on the next one. If you found value in this video, I know this video is not going to really be watched too much, but if you found value in this video, go and feel free to leave a like. If you're not subscribed, you can subscribe if you so wish. You can hit the bell notification if you're looking to get updates. Also, maybe I should say this. There's a free Discord community that you can join if you so want. That one also serves as a bell notification. So fair warning on that. It's free to join. You just have to answer 3 questions, and then it basically lets you in. So it's a filtration process to protect the members from spam. But other than that, I will see you guys on the next one. Bye.